So many years, up to the last maybe 15 years ago, when they now started adopting some agriculture, planting maize and beans. But a few of them have managed to open up their lands and started planting, growing these crops.
Most of the Kenyan farmers are subsistence farmers. And as you know, 3/4 of Kenya is semi-arid and arid. And therefore, there is a lot of effort required to make sure that these communities that live in the bigger part of this country are given technologies that they can help them adapt to climate change, and besides that, also to land degradation.
So those are the strategies that the Ministry of Agriculture is undertaking to look into the issue of food security in the fast climate changing situation. We have also encouraged them to use manure, because our farmers have got a lot of farmyard manure, like this one you can see just next to us. They have not been using this manure before.
We apply manure, we mix with the soil, then after that we mix, we put water, and that we start planting our seedlings. This is tomato now.
There has been major positive initiatives to control and to try and help our people be able to adapt to climate change. Right now we are talking, the housing sector has indicated that people should move into harvesting roof water. That is rainwater which is falling on their roofs. They should be able to harvest it. Flood water. I know the water sector is moving towards harnessing that water instead of let it run off. In enforcing, because through the Environment Management Coordination Act of 1999, enforcing the riparian rod so that to reduce the siltation on the land. We have already started some projects on that which are going to be rolled out to the rest of the country and the drainage patterns.
Kute. Helen? Howdy. Now this is Helen's home. Come out. Yeah. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yes. This is Helen Letingizo, who is one of my farmers at the division, Kirisia division. And she's one of those farmers who have started adopting into agriculture and changing the livelihoods from pastoralism to agriculture.
Ikakuwa ni mbuzi kwa sababu sasa hakuna nyasi.
Hakuna nyasi. Sasa afadhali mbuzi kwa nini?
Afadhali mbuzi kwa sababu mbuzi hata ikiwa kiangazi unaweza panda miti kukatia matawi.
Okay. So Helen is saying that 20 years ago they had plenty of grass and there was no problem here. She had a lot of heads of animals. She had over 50. She had over 50 heads of cattle, but she didn't have a lot of goats. But now, since there is prolonged drought and there is no pasture, she has sold her cattle and adopted goats, because those ones are those ones you can venture for them easily. They can feed on fodder from trees, and also they don't consume a lot of water.
So we have to change our culture of our cultures. You find that we didn't use, there are some crops which could not be grown by some communities. For example, you find that fish is only available near the lake. The other communities don't consume or don't raise fish. And with diminishing food returns or yields, it means we have to change those systems. Those communities which never used to consume fish might start consuming fish. Those communities which never used to consume drought-resistant crops, which used to view themselves as they are in the highlands. You know, in the highlands, you don't have to worry about cassava and yams and the like. But they are more concerned with maize, cabbages, and potatoes. They have to start now shifting into drought-resistant crops like cassava.
This one is also a method of maintaining the moisture on the farm by making heaps or ridges to maintain the soil so that we plant our potatoes. It's only bad that this year we had a problem with our rains.
Basically, what we are doing is to introduce new varieties that can mature in the given environmental change, especially the climate, but also some crops that can actually are suitable in view of the little rainfall.
This is kales, this spinach, onions. We have another one called watermelon here. They are doing well. They are very doing well at this place. Watermelon, you can see now, it's almost 4 kilograms.
We can get money in short period. I have planted there wheat, vegetables, maize, and beans. When the rain comes, it can overflow here on my vegetables, and I dig this because it can drain water, not waterlogging to these plants. This is my dam. This water I am using for livestock to drink and watering my vegetables.
Other efforts are in the area of soil and water management, whereby soil erosion structures have been put in place, constructions of dams, both large and small.
This is being done for water catchment, and improvements has to be done in order to have the water to keep us going on.
If you have dams, not depending on rainfall, so used to depend on use irrigation. It's a smaller stream. We use pipes because you depend on water table. Then we put that down there, use feeding animals. The other one we are using to cultivate, putting on irrigating the garden.
Some of the solutions to counteract climate change, and the government is putting a lot of effort in that, is one, restoring the water towers through reforestation of some of these water towers within the country.
We shouldn't look at climate change as an emerging animal or an emerging phenomenon. It has been there with us. That's why the world is changing. What I would look at is, it is a culmination of so many other events. One of them, degradation, which has been dogging Africa. Another one is unsustainable use of land resources and land-based resources. It is a culmination of that. But we don't look at it as if climate change started changing yesterday. And it requires an extensive, collaborative, and deliberate investments to tackle climate change.